This is KCBD News Channel 11 at 10.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us. Karen is off tonight. A Lubbock family and homicide detectives need your help to find answers in a man's death last week. Someone shot and killed 40-year-old David Perez while he was in his home early Friday morning. KCBD News Channel 11's Brittany Michelson joins us in the studio with what police are looking for. Brittany?
Well, Abner, investigators need your help finding this black four-door sedan seen near 19th Street and Avenue M at the time of the deadly shooting. About an hour later, David's brother Stephen heard the news.
I heard it buzzing and I looked down and I see my mom's calling, and she was being real frantic, and she's just like, "Hey, your brother's been shot." You know, I'm just like, "What?" She's like, "Your brother's been shot. You need to go find him."
It was early Friday morning when Stephen Perez started calling hospitals and drove to his brother's home to find police cars and tape. Eventually, he found David at UMC, where he said goodbye.
It's a tragedy that this happened because he left so many little ones behind.
David Perez was a father of 3 and a father figure to his longtime girlfriend's 5 children.
I think his major role was just being a father and an influencer for his kids, and you know, just being there for everybody.
Stephen says that included David's coworkers at Cast Iron Grill. The restaurant owners told Stephen how much they enjoyed working with David and how his smile and energy made an impact.
And you know, to me, my brother's very quiet and reserved, but to hear that from other people, it's just like that's pretty awesome that he's able to open up around these people and, you know, have, you know, a great personality.
Stephen says David was probably up that morning getting ready for work when someone shot him from outside the home.
I mean, all I can really do is just, you know, urge the public to come out with any information they have. You know, keep an eye on the news, and if you recognize something or see anything that might even be questionable, you know, feel free to call that hotline.
Along with answers, he needs help to make sure his other family members have the same opportunity to say goodbye.
Trying to get this paid as soon as possible, so I know that we can all have a place for all of us to get together and, you know, have a send-off in a, you know, in good form.
We have the link to the family's GoFundMe on our website. Again, this is the car police are looking for. They don't have any other leads yet and are offering $5,000 for good tips. Call those in to Crime Line at 806-741-1000. You can remain anonymous and stay eligible for the reward. Abner.
Thank you, Brittany.